How you doing? It's Khoa here. In this video, we're going to be covering a book called How to Start Creating Real Wealth Through Real Estate by Helen Collier-Kogtevs. Hope I pronounced that right. I really want to ask you guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I've got a lot more content like this on personal finance, sales, marketing, increasing wealth, and so forth. And if you subscribe, I'm going to send you a lot more content as well. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you an inside glimpse of the secrets of this book on showing you how to create wealth through real estate, as said by Helen Collier. So I think overall, it's a really good book. It's a really great book because the way she talks about real estate is not really fluff. It's not hypey. You can tell that she's not a salesperson or anything like that. She's just someone who's just really gone out there in the trenches and done it. So the first thing I really noticed about the book is that, first of all, the introduction she talks about the importance of finance. So number one is that if you don't have your finances right, there's nothing you can do to buy property. And in order to obviously create wealth, you need to have properties right. But if you don't have your finances in order, if you can't get a loan, then your investing journey is dead in the water. You can't go ahead and can buy the properties that you want. So number one thing that you need to work on is your credit. You need to work on your credit, which is obviously make sure that your credit card's paid off, you've built that trust with the bank, and you don't have any outstanding debts and so forth. You need to really go ahead and really clean up your credit, and you can check it out using the credit file at the bank. And then it goes on, and she talks about setting goals. So obviously you want to set realistic goals in your investing journey. So what you need to do is you need to be very specific in terms of setting goals. So you might say, by the time I hit 40, I want to have 5 properties. Okay, that's a pretty good goal. But you don't want to say that by the time I hit 40, I just want to be happy and I want to be financially free. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean that you have 5 properties or 10 properties? How much do you need to be making per month? You need to be very, very specific. Once you're specific, it's easy for you to attain those goals. And then it's important to set big goals, but if you don't hit them, at least you might not get the 5 properties you want, but you might get 3, and that's pretty cool too. And then she talks about power of budgeting. So the first half of this book talks about just fixing your finances, which is really good. It's really refreshing. A lot of books, real estate books that I read, they go straight into investment strategies, but they don't talk about finances. But this is really good. So she talks about the power of budgeting. So obviously you need to create an Excel spreadsheet. You need to list your income, your expenses, and find out how much your cash flow is. So cash flow is when you get your income, take away your expenses, and whatever is left over is your cash flow. How much are you setting aside for your investments? How much are you setting aside for your savings? Where can you reduce your expenditures and so forth? You need to get your head around your budgeting, because if you don't do that, then you can't have enough capital to invest in your properties. Obviously, then she talks about financing the deal. So you can go to the banks and get your loans and so forth, and there's different ways in which you can do that. And then chapter 3, she talks about buying structures and asset protection. So once you want to purchase a property, there's different ways in which you can purchase it. So you can have different, you can set up a company, or you can also set up a different ownership structure, like a trust and so forth. This gets a bit advanced for me, but if you're just starting out, just buy under your own name, right? Number 8 is creating your investment strategy. So this is where it gets into the investment strategy. So she talks about different ways in which you can make money in property. So there's heaps of different ways, which is cash flow positive. You can do a fixer-upper, which is buying an old property, fixing it up and selling at a profit. Different buying rules. So she talks about the different ways in which you can perform your due diligence when you're about to purchase your property. So when you're about to purchase it, make sure that you're checking the location, you're checking the utilities. And then finally, there's also chapter 10, which is do-it-yourself hotspotting. So in this chapter, she talks about different ways in which you can research these properties. So obviously, you can go to realestate.com.au, you can go to different websites, domain.com, and check out the different ways in which you can check out these properties and just start doing your due diligence. And then you go into negotiation and then property management too. So once you've got the property, you can manage it, get someone else to have a look at it, and take care of it while you go to the next deal. So this is a really great book on how you can get started. I think it's a really good book because it focuses on your personal finances, and once you've got that in order, it's so easy to go to the bank and just apply for the loan, and you're just going to get any loan that you want. A lot of I hear there's a lot of stories of people who found the right property, but they can't get the loan and they can't get the property, and that just really sucks. But this is really good because if you go through it, it just hones down the importance of finances. Get your money right, get your credit right, so therefore you can take out your loan, and therefore you can go ahead and then just go for it. So highly recommend this book. It's How to Start Creating Wealth Through Real Estate by Helen Collier-Kogtevs. And you can check out some of her stuff. Just do a search for her on Google and she'll pop up there. So highly recommend this book. Go check it out, and I'll see you guys next one. Cheers.